Welcome to the PRFFP, the podcast showcasing the films and the directors of the Party Room Film Festival. This week's guest directed Red Band trailer, Wet and Kill Happy. Please welcome Zach Adam.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, what's up? Hi, everybody. It's Zach Adams here. I hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a good time. How are you, McGlone? How are you doing, buddy?
Just hanging out. Always good to talk to you. I have general questions that I usually ask everybody, but I kind of want to start with a film specific question for you. And whenever I put this survey out for people, this is the one question that I got for you that they wanted me to ask. Why did you decide to make something good for the festival?
Who asked that one?
Everybody.
Everybody? Oh, man.
I mean, nearly everybody who submitted.
Okay.
Which, in fairness, was 3 people, but...
That's fair. I mean...
No, I mean that 3 people answered the questionnaire total.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shoot. All right.
Thank you for the support, guys.
I do think that when you you post something, McGlone, everybody's like really excited that you posted something, but also like they just want to diss you because it's funny.
Yeah.
But I will answer that question though. Like, why did I decide to make something good? And I have to give kudos to you because I think every year that somebody raises the bar, and I think that last year for Party Room Film Festival 2, you raised the bar with Meaningless. I think that it was like very actiony. It had like a story. You had like a character arc, and I think that you like showed that within a nice little 8-minute time frame that you can like do a lot of different little skits to like bring something to life, and that encouraged me because like if you look at Wet is like 6 different videos in one because like I was like trying to write something just to keep people entertained for a long time and then like turn it into something completely different by the end. Like I was trying to do something original in a very interesting, not thought out way. But I saw your film and I loved the arc of it, the story. I love the effects you added in. I became encouraged and I was like, all right, I need to do my own Meaningless.
I mean, I was really waiting for you to just go like, because I wanted to show you losers what I'm capable of, but all right.
Oh,
sure.
I don't have that bone in me. I don't got it. But I did. But I will say this: I wanted to be the one to raise the bar this year. I wanted to be that guy.
All right. I'm not trying to start rivalries on the podcast this season, but I do want to ask you: do you think you were that guy this year?
That I like raised the bar?
Yeah. Do you think you raised the bar? Because the
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
The other name that comes to mind for me is Levi Simonton.
Oh well, that's true. Yeah, I mean his film is fantastic. His film I could like listen to nonstop, and like I think I've even like when I was let's see
in the year 2032
I was 32. Yeah, it's so good. It's fantastic. Yeah, no, I mean I'll see, but I'll never be able to do what Levi does. So I just got to do what you do.
But similarly, I don't think Levi will ever be able to do what you do. Sorry, Levi, I didn't mean it. Anyway.
We're just 2 different types of artists, though. I do feel like our tastes. Like I don't think he would ever make a murder flick about a grandson trying to kill his grandmother through a customer service murder hotline. Like that doesn't sound like Levi to me. So I'll be me, and Levi can just continue being John Williams, and it'll be a nice little perfect world with all of our different content.
Which actually, I mean, I keep stalling on the questions, but I just thought of another like connection between you and Levi. I actually acted in one of his videos, and the character I played was you.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Do you remember this? Like I played Zach. It was the video game Apocalypse.
Oh my word. Wow.
And I played you. I got sucked into a Super Smash Bros game.
Is that what was happening? Was I just unavailable?
I really don't know, but he was just like, "Hey, I want you to play Zach in a video game fight for me." And I was like, "All right, that sounds fun."
I wonder if I helped write it or something, because I remember back in the day, I would just use myself as a character in my scripts,
Mhm.
which is like a kind of of a continuing trend. I don't want to put other people through pain, so I
Yeah.
put myself through pain.
Mhm.
Um, of course, I didn't do that this year, so
Nope. You did it
no.
last year by going into the lake. I remember you saying that last season on the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. But I could not be an old woman for my film. Not without it being completely ridiculous and nobody buying it. So
Mhm.
that wasn't the vibe I was going for.
Mhm.
So.
Last season, I started these rivalries just kind of as a joke, as something to get people excited about the festival. Then it got revealed that your rival was actually your opponent. I mean, you obviously saw this coming before anybody else did, but I mean, what were your thoughts on that about you actually going up against Sam?
I loved going up against Sam. I was very excited for it. If you guys watched, I love the little clip that I made where it's the from Metal Gear Rising, and it's me and Sam, like our faces on the Metal Gear Rising characters. Like I love the rivalries idea. I thought it was a really good idea. it it really made pitting everyone together easy for the competition itself.
Mhm.
So there's that.
Yeah, I can't wait for the council episode where I'm just gonna ream the council because I did all the work for you. And then when it came to the categories, y'all didn't even choose those either. You let us choose for ourselves. So
I
I
believe
mean,
in freedom. I believe in choice. So, like, come on. Everybody got to make whatever the heck they wanted this year. They should be happy about it.
but so tell me, how did you and Sam come up with your category?
Yeah, we both like making crazy movies with stupid twists. And like we both went to see it was The Visit, I think, where it was a M. Night Shyamalan movie, and that was just like a really good time in college. I love Sam. He's the freaking he's the best, the goat. And going up against him, I was quite intimidated since he's one of the former reigning champs. But I think I held my own pretty good.
Think you actually can't remember if who won y'all's
Oh, it's
category.
me. I won.
I
I won.
like
Let's have no confusion on this part.
wow.
So,
Sam, I
Mr.
hope you heard.
Maddox, how does it feel to be destroyed?
It sounds like we're getting a rematch next year is what I'm hearing.
I want it. I'll take it.
Tell me a little bit about your initial reactions to the prop line, and then you got your actor, which amazing, Tanner
Mhm.
Perkins. Tell me all about your reactions to having to fit all of those in.
So when the Nickelback CD came up, I was like, "That's the one prop that I didn't want to use." Thanks a lot, Trevor. Piece of crap. And then when Josiah's choice for Red Sun Rises, it's so hard to fit that into the
Mhm,
context of anything.
mhm.
I like it. It's fun. I think my favorite is in Levi's when he just has "Oh, red sun rises." What is like it's just in the song somewhere. It just really makes me laugh. I think it's funny. I think I did a really good job using them
Mhm,
in my film. I will say that the best requirement was the inclusion of Tanner Perkins. I remember coming up with the idea for my movie for Kill Happy in like February of last year
okay.
in being like, all right, I could do this as a Party Room Film Festival movie. There's a few things that I would want to have in order to accomplish the idea. That was the characters and the locations. And the big ones that I wanted to do was I wanted that person who could just be like Tanner has that driest comedy that is
Mhm.
so endearing. But I think like deep down for a character like Tanner, if he was menacing. If he had a murderous bone in his body, he would be the most terrifying of our group. And so he was perfect. And when I came up with the idea, I immediately thought of Tanner and was like, man, I would love that. He lives so far away though. But
Mhm.
when he was my required talent, I was like, this is like just God saying that he is perfect for this part.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go to Ohio and we're gonna film this in his doggone church,
Mhm.
in the customer service section of his church, and it's gonna be so good. So I couldn't be more grateful for Tanner for enduring me for an entire
Mhm.
Saturday.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you kind of had this what
I was like doing my real estate photography job at the time
Mhm.
and going around, and I was just listening to some rock and roll music, and I just watched there was a few different films that I've drawn inspiration from. Some are very obvious, but there was one film in particular that I had just watched that was on Netflix. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it, and he is like a 911 like customer service guy. Like he's the guy that answers the 911 phone calls. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe it was called 911. Who knows? I remember watching it and just being like, this is the most boring, dumb movie that I've ever watched. But I love the concept because of my background in customer service.
Mhm.
Like I love the concept of it, and I just feel like I would like to take that idea and do what this movie needs.
Mhm.
Build on it, which is one, add a lot of comedy, add a lot of blood, add some of that Quentin Tarantino, Kill Bill
Mhm.
nonsense in there to really make it pop and come alive. I had some really good characters, and so as much as I like Jake Gyllenhaal, like his movie was crap, and mine's way better. So.
Wow, man. Wow, you were burning some bridges tonight. I don't think Gyllenhaal's gonna take your calls anymore.
That's unfortunate. I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay, so you had this idea back in February,
Yep.
and then you got Tanner as your actor, and that was kind of your just like, okay, well, I guess I'm doing this idea now.
I needed that. I needed the ability to create an old woman because I didn't want to use an actual old woman. I wanted to create one so that we could do fight scenes and stuff. So I
Mhm.
needed someone to do makeup, and Charity knew exactly what she was doing with makeup. She helped me on both my other films in the party room, so she was like all down for it. Her sister Sam is a really fun actress.
Mhm.
She's good at what she does. So she was able to transform her into kind of a cartoon Looney Tunes grandmother, where like you
Mhm.
think she's one way and then she can just like beat the crap out of anyone kind of character. So I needed the grandmother, and I really, really wanted to have a location that looked like a customer service cubicle office. If I couldn't have that, I don't know if I would have gone through with the idea, with the project, because I
Mhm.
really wanted the look of it. I wanted the semi prison esque idea that is office life.
Mhm.
And like some of the shots in the movie, I just remember being able to see them in my head. I'm so glad with how they turned out. Like Tanner's church office turned out perfectly.
Mhm. You mentioned a little bit earlier, this kind of used to be your job working in a customer service
Yeah.
capacity. So I imagine that inspired some of the script. How much like did you daydream about making your customers kill each other while you
No.
were on the phone with them, or like just like tell me what that influence had on you?
That job started out good, and then during COVID, I think everybody in 2020 just lost the will to live for a while. I think depression is like a real thing, and I think that you can really see a lot of the upset nature that I was feeling during my job in Kill Happy. Um, Really became upset. A lot of people know that I just kind of got wind of a photography job up in Indianapolis. I went and worked with Sam Starnes for a year. If some of you nerds didn't know, I went and worked with him. He works for a little real estate company up there, and they're looking for somebody, and that was like a huge blessing for me. And
Mhm.
it was like during that time that I was able to kind of evaluate my time in customer service and also like get out of the COVID funk. I think it's important for, when God tells you to move, that you move. And that is something that I completely believe that I was like called out of.
Mhm.
God led me somewhere else, and now I'm working with Josiah at WDRB, which is just a huge God thing. Like that's like an undeniable godsend to me. So I believe I've been on my own like little character arc journey for the
Mhm.
past year and a half, and there's a little part of me that like looks back at that idea that I had last February and is
Mhm.
like, yeah, that was a little immature.
Yeah.
You know, that was immature, but that was also part of you back then, and I think it's good. I think it's important to realize where you were back then, and to also realize where you are now, and to grow out of that, and to see what God has for you. I've learned a lot in the past year and a half.
That's awesome, man. Now that I'm reading it, it seems like a mean question, but I am just genuinely
Let's do
curious.
it. I want all the angsty questions. Why does your movie like is a piece of shit? Like,
Well,
why do you
so like
suck as a director?
one of the first shots of the film, it's a bunch of establishing shots in the film, all look amazing. You told me that it's filmed with like that super wide lens camera and
Yep.
everything. All looks great, all looks super well lit,
Yep.
gimbals and all that junk. But then there's the shot of him like straightening his pencils, and it
Yeah.
looks like it's like a jump or like a skip or a jump. Do you know what I mean?
There's skip in there.
It
There's like a little
looks
skippy.
like it. Like it looks like he goes like that, and then it just goes. Psh,
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah.
no, it actually does. It actually does jump. Yeah, yeah. He took a little long putting them pencils together, so I just shortened it a little bit. So there you go.
Fair enough. Just
What
trying
do
to
you
get.
what do you want? What do you,
I
you want
don't
to
know. I
find
was
some meaning in
expect.
those pencils? I'll tell you what I do feel about that sequence though.
Mhm,
I really love that sequence because you're about to figure out that this person who's the main character is like an awful diabolical piece of garbage
mhm,
who helps people kill other people.
yeah.
And I wanted to make sure that with that sequence that we get to see just a hint of his personality and that he's a little bit like interesting. You know, he brushes his mustache with his comb and like does these things so that you get to know him before you hate him, so that you don't hate him. You know, you want to see him become a person. Like you learn that he is a machine, a cog in the workings of this horrible organization. But that
Mhm,
is in his soul, there's a soul in there. And at the end, he sees that soul again. And that's
mhm.
why those little scenes are in there.
Tell me about the soundtrack to this. Actually, just kidding. Skip that. I skipped questions. Shut up.
What
Don't shut up. You
you
shut up.
shut up.
You shut up. Are, are, are we cussing? Cussing. Cuss you. Cuss. You already answered this a little bit. Like, the
Yeah.
cubicle is at Tanner's Church, amazing location. Tell me
Yep.
about the house. Where is that at?
It is the house that my grandparents built. It is like my family's house. It has been in our family for a hot minute. My aunt currently owns it, and so she let us use it. But it was perfect because they've kind of turned it into the classic like modern, like you can see like family, live, laugh, love. You know, you
Mhm.
see all these like very superficial family paraphernalia everywhere, and I really wanted that husk of a home to be the surroundings, the battleground, if you will, for
Mhm,
this family rivalry that
mhm,
exists. It's even got like an upstairs, like it's kind of big. Like it was
mhm.
it feels big in this little bitty movie, and I want enough room for them to fight some different locations. Yeah, it's perfect for what I wanted to do.
I didn't actually think about that, like, the cheerful background as opposed to the interaction that is happening between these two characters. That is really well done and well thought
Just,
out.
McGlone, I spent way too much time thinking about this movie.
Look, you don't think I spent a lot of time thinking about my movie this year?
Dude, your movie this year is fantastic.
You don't have to laugh
Especially
that
Paul's
hard.
execution. Okay, like Paul's execution is so funny. I think I've got it as one of my ringtones. Like I might have set it as Paul's ringtone if he ever calls. He never calls me. I'll never hear it. But like one day he's gonna call me, and it's gonna be like, rise my beast, unleash your fury. It's like he's like Ed or and then Nettie or something.
Mm. He really does. He does
Yeah.
sound like a
It's so funny.
you don't have to laugh that hard at my movie being bad.
Listen, I love your film because it's like in the in the lineup of films, it's like the odd one out, right? Because it's
Mhm.
so much different than the rest of them, and that's what makes it beautiful.
All right, whatever.
I actually like your film. I do.
All right, Zach, tell me why.
Moving on.
Tell me why Logan and Sam over Nerds? Like a lot of us kind of view these films as like kind of home videos, like we interact and put each other in our films, but you opted to have Logan and Sam as the boy and the grandma.
All right. Well, Sam's the easiest one because like I already had Charity at my disposal and she could do makeup, like makeup really, really well. And she already could practice on Sam to do it. Also, Sam is a really good female actress who really wanted to be in the film already. And so like the stars just like aligned to make Sam turn into Kung Fu Master Grandma. So like that really worked out. And for Logan, I really wanted someone who almost has that like Jim Carrey physicality to him. Logan also has like a versatility that I really wanted to use where he can be funny, he can be kind of vile, he can be very action packed when I need him to be. Like he
Mhm.
can pull off a joke. There's a lot of things about Logan that I felt like he was perfect for this character that I wanted, that I think all of us kind of understand, like us being guys, graduated college, kind of moved back home, get upset with our relatives, have played Minecraft. The other generations don't really understand us. We don't really know what we're doing. And so there's like this person that I think all of us get like understand as this protagonist. His character is what happens if that character like doesn't grow up
Mm.
essentially. And I felt like Logan really like understood what that character was. Like I barely had to
Mhm.
give, I barely even had to give Tanner any direction either. But like all
Mhm.
three of my actors knew from like just reading the script, like knew what I was going for. And then with very little pushes and nudges in different ways, they were able to like read from the page what we were building. Like
Yeah.
they knew the story. So like I would have loved to have you in the film. I would have loved to have like more nerds in the film. My film was already like bloated and
Mhm.
I had something to say. I had this like idea, this plot on my chest that I felt like I needed to express in some way. In a little bit of a way, the film was probably a little bit of therapy for me. I felt like the casting was important to me, and so I chose Logan, Sam, and Tanner.
Yeah, and I think it also, I think we've talked about this before, is that
Mhm.
if you had just, Jacob and Andrew come in and do like some slapstick comedy, like then it just
Yeah,
becomes, Chris Farley and David Spade. Obviously, we
yeah,
know who that would be, and it would just change the whole tone of the film.
yeah. Like there isn't a lot of jokes that are like wasted or throwaway, in my
Mhm,
opinion, in the film. I'm sure some people would be like, "Why the heck do you have that in there?" But like
mhm,
a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do, I really wanted to try to stretch my ability. I really wanted to try to do something where I was trying to build characters around stuff.
mhm,
And like there's a little bit of like when you go and talk to Tanner, he's not that customer service guy
mhm,
that's in the movie. You know, when you go talk to Logan, he's not Logan Valentine.
mhm.
Like they're nothing like the people that they are in this film. And so I think that we accomplished something that's pretty unique.
Is Valentine a Easter egg of any sort? Where is that last name coming from?
No, just memorable.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Lame,
I think
lame.
I think love is a good juxtaposition to murder. So yeah.
Ah, there we go. See? Then it's not just memorable, then you had a reason. Come on, Zach.
Uh, pretty sure it's a Resident Evil character that I think is fun.
Tell me about the soundtrack to this. A few weeks ago, we were talking about, is it Kid Rock? Anyway, we were talking about Limp Bizkit's, Break Stuff, and you said
Oh
that
yeah.
was almost in the film. Tell me about, the songs you did go with and why.
Yeah, so I went through a lot of music. I write to music. The soundtrack is really important to me. I like my films that kind of have like especially with this film, it's like kind of obvious from like the poster that it's kind of like Quentin Tarantino-esque. So like the music is a character within itself. So I was
Mhm.
looking for music that was really upbeat and kind of happy. Has that almost like that idea where it's like not supposed to be here. It was used to increase the juxtaposition in the movie where you also have murder and like this family values
Mhm.
all wrapped up in the same idea. Charity and I actually worked together for a lot of time on this in editing, and we went through a lot of different music during the scene when Judith pulls out the revolver at first. It's
Oh,
supposed to
mamma
be,
mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me
yeah,
go.
exactly. It wasn't originally that song. It was
Okay.
Dirty Deeds by AC/DC. But
Okay.
little thing for everybody, if you put an AC/DC song for maybe too long, maybe only for a few seconds, I don't know. But if you put that on YouTube, it will not be, it can't be on YouTube. Like AC/DC is just real stingy about that.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so that was real sad, and that was like one of the first songs that I chose. I was like, this is the one I want to use because I love that crappy song. Yeah, yeah, I think that Queen. I love Queen, and I think that that worked just as good, if not better.
Then we have Angel in the Morning.
Yeah, I love that song. It's great. So giddy.
Um,
It's
then you have
obviously
that one
a
as the
callback to
beginning.
Deadpool.
Mm,
It's a callback
okay.
to Deadpool. Yep. Because that's like the vibe that I actually want. I want people to laugh at the movie,
Mhm,
but I also want them to think of it that it's vile, which
mm.
is what Deadpool is. And so I drew inspiration from that.
Nat Stice claims to have had the, like, most expensive film, but
Yeah.
your film actually had merch. You have a mug, clipboard not clipboard, the, spiral notebook. Why was that important to you? And then tell me a little bit about the expense of it.
The I there were things about the film that I think the little things make it pop. And I think a little bit of that is like when I'm writing, like I see what I want in the movie. And some of it turns out to be real like work really well, and some of it does not. I don't know. In Wet, there's like a gag where I have like some Reese's Pieces leading to like a trap box, which is supposed to be like trapping ET. Like that's the joke. But like
Uh-huh.
I don't think people like caught on to that. And so like there's like the
I
whole thing where
didn't.
you gotta go
Where's that at?
it's in Wet.
When?
Well, you weren't paying attention. But I also
I
don't think
paid
that it was
attention more
well
than anyone.
I also don't think that it was well I don't think the joke was well set up
Mm.
in Wet. So like I don't like nail you for that. Like I think you did great. Um
Dude, I'm going back and watching the second we get done with this. Like,
I mean Wet is I do think that Wet is one of those films where you watch it like a million times and get more crap out of it. Not that there's any meaning to be found, but that
mm,
it is kind of like a Where's Waldo page
mm.
of everything, which you could say is the intention, but it really wasn't. It's just me throwing stuff at the screen and making a fun little flick. So,
Mm.
um, yeah. I'm sorry. What was the question?
We were talking about your Kill Happy merch.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love physical stuff. I like it when in a film they have like the title of the movie like on a physical thing. Like I
Mhm.
think there's a bunch of different films that do it. But I was like, you know what, this is like it would be a nice little touch to really bring home what I'm wanting to do here and just add to
Mhm.
the fun of it.
It definitely adds to it. I mean, the
Yeah. Yeah.
poster
What did you think?
alone,
What yeah. You like it? You think it works?
the merch or the
Mhm.
poster or
Yeah, either which one.
just
What
all
do you
of
think?
it? I mean, I think the same as having Tanner in an actual cubicle, like in an actual call center, it definitely helps. I mean, me and Sam sitting in Sam's living room doesn't actually look like a bar. So, I mean, like, I think, because you were putting like this extra effort into making something that was like actually good, something that was actually like, in my opinion, like very high value for the festival, I think that the merch absolutely helps sell it. I think it also goes into kind of, when you become that corporate cog in the machine,
Mhm.
the only thing you can use are Kill Happy pencils and a Kill Happy mug and this and this and this.
Yeah,
Because when you are there, you are stuck there, and that is all you're allowed to think about.
yeah.
So I think the merch was amazing. Where can people buy more?
I'd love to buy more for people if people want some.
You're not gonna like auction it off, get Tanner to sign one, and
Oh no, we should totally get Tanner to sign one. Actually, one of the things that I beat myself up about is like when we had everyone together on Party Room Film Festival 3 night, I didn't get a picture with the entire cast.
come on.
Yeah, cast and crew. I would have loved a cast and crew picture for Kill Happy, and I'm just such a big dummy. I was over there being like, "Yeah, I'm such a good filmmaker. Look at me. I'm gonna go talk to, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna get like a deal or something."
Yeah, no, you could have gotten all of them to like sign a mug, and then it would be in the Party Room Film Festival Hall of Fame, like,
Oh man,
which definitely exists.
It does now that you've spoken it into existence.
There is a question posed in this film, but it does not get answered. And I was wondering if you could help me with that. Is
Yeah.
rigor mortis contagious?
No.
Okay. All right. Did you or any of your coworkers again, this character kind of being based off of you working in a call center a little bit. Did you or any of your coworkers cut their toenails in their cubicle?
Yeah, I did. Of course I did, McGlone.
Sad.
You think I show any
No.
remorse? You want to see how much I cared about that place? I made a film about it.
Oh no, Zach, no.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I was hoping the answer to that question was going to be like, yeah, this guy Mike, he's sat across from me and
No,
would
I
do
was
that.
Mike. I was that man. They
Zach,
broke me
no.
down into nothing. I blame them. I blame them for that. It's everyone else is wrong except for me. That is my defense.
Which, I mean, while we're on it about you hating it, I really appreciate the way Tanner literally has to drop what he is doing and the way like his whole demeanor changes. There was a time during COVID where you and I were actually like hanging out for a week and you were working from home, and so I'd be like showing you like, oh, look at this thing I'm building in Minecraft, and you'd be like excited and joyous, and then like dub 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 dub, like the phone would ring and your whole demeanor would just be like blah 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 blah, what can I do for you? And it was like, oh my gosh, Tanner does an amazing job capturing that switch.
I think that a lot of people can relate to that idea. And like everybody knows about customer service, but not everybody has worked in it. And so a lot of people demonize that character as well. Like they call them unhelpful, like in movies and stuff, and people like hate customer service workers. But our society is just building monsters.
Well, that makes me kind of go to your like comment earlier. I don't know if you called him evil, but you called him like, a bad guy. Like, do you think he is a bad guy, or do you think he is just a product of, having to work there?
Yes. So in my opinion, and in my experience, what I believe is that you can be told what to do so many times that you do it. That doesn't excuse you from doing it. So the question at the end of the film is when the camera pans out, the question is, are you going to keep doing what people tell you to do? And the answer is yes, then maybe you are evil.
Like, that's a good ethical dilemma. Like, he could just quit that job and everything.
Yes, he could literally stop, but will he? And I'm not going to answer that in the movie because I want the audience to answer that for themselves.
I'm not going to answer that in the movie because I'm going to answer it in the Netflix series that I've already gotten greenlit.
Yes, exactly. Actually, what I want to do is release the director's cut for Kill Happy. It's going to be like 13 minutes long or so. It's going to have like a bunch of extra it's just going to be a little more fluffed, but I'd love to release the director's cut for Kill Happy when this episode airs.
Guys, if he does not do that, hound him in the chat, make him cry. make him feel terrible about all of his decisions until he releases the director's cut. Which actually, it's funny you mentioned that. Or no, I don't want to. I don't want to get ahead of myself. That's a question for
Sure.
later. Why is Logan wearing oven mitts when he's carrying the dinner tray? Is that because of
We wanted
fingerprints or?
we wanted to put a blood in the film, but because it's my aunt's house, we wanted to be very specific with where the blood was and is. We didn't want to like spray it like we did in Red Band trailer or anything like that.
Mhm,
But I still wanted to have some red in the movie. So like there's some different spots, even though you like can't really like tell and stuff in certain places. I think it adds like just a little more detail when
mhm.
like he like pulls back that oven mitt and there's like a gunshot wound there. The oven mitt is there for simply that reason to have blood on
Speaking of the guns, where do you get these guns?
it. Well, we Josiah purchased this one for Isaac's Sight, so this is the same gun as in Isaac's Sight.
Does that mean it's the same one from Interconvolution?
Yeah.
Oh, the Party Room Film Festival cinematic universe is growing. Oh.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've got a thing for revolvers. I love a big, dirty, hairy gun in my
Oh yeah.
movie. Makes a statement without even
Mhm.
being fired.
And I hope you remember this because it's not like I have a timestamp. It's not like we're watching this film together. The delay in Tanner's reaction after being told that Logan was shot
Mhm.
is just such a good detail. I don't know if you told him that, but
I gave Tanner very little direction. He knew which way I'd run. We did have a long day,
Mhm,
and so it was very difficult to because we shot this in 2 different weeks. Like you have to
mhm,
like it was difficult to make sure that it felt like a flowing conversation. And so I made him do a lot of different a lot of additional takes until like he would give me like just an amazing one on like the third try. Like it would always be like, man, he like just really knew like the desperation that I was going for. He would add his own kind of like reactions to it. He just really reminded me of like the guys from the wet handed bandits from Home Alone. Like he
mhm.
would just really give me the reactions that I was wanting, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
So that's on him.
I just really appreciated that detail because it kind of shows like how used to this he is. Like he hears the word shot and it still kind of takes him a second because he's just daydreaming. He's like, "Yep, been shot. Oh, yep. Sorry. Yeah, you're gonna want to put gauze on that." I just really appreciated
Yeah.
um that detail. And it was like you probably could have like edited it out, but like I think it really adds to it that it was left in.
Movie was real hard to edit because of stuff like that, and that's why I would want to do a director's cut. Is there's a few
Mhm.
things that I think are really good.
I really like the quote, "But this is just your job, isn't it?" Yeah, I'm clocking out in 3 hours. I couldn't care less if you live or die. Like,
No, no, no. You have to understand that like I perceive Tanner's character as the person I was in customer service. I legitimately wanted to do a good job, but couldn't. I felt like there was no way there was no way to win any situation, and you would try as hard as you could, but it still like just completely didn't matter.
here is a fan's interpretation. Tell me if it was wrong or right. But
Sure.
Tanner's speech,
Hmm.
after, this was just your job, isn't it? And he goes, Logan, yes, this is my job. That's how I know I'm the blah 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 blah. That
Hmm.
was definitely in a kill happy employee instruction manual, and he has memorized that, right?
I would say no, but
No?
yeah.
You think that was Tanner's character like actually caring about it. You don't think that was him just citing off
You- he wants to do a good job. He wants to
Mhm.
earn those stars. He believes that that is what makes him a good person.
Tell me about I mean, we haven't even talked about like your special effects or anything. I mean, you have
Hmm.
bullet holes in the
Yeah.
tray he's carrying, you have bullet holes in the wall, like you're doing all types
Hmm.
of tracking and after effects, yeah?
So I tried to do a lot of tracking in After Effects, and I honestly haven't used After Effects a whole lot. I'm like still kind of learning it, and so some of it is After Effects, and some of it is me just kind of putting it on there, key after key because it couldn't key correctly. So
Mhm.
if anybody wants to give me any tips for all After Effects, I will be glad to hear it. because that took way too freaking long.
I really want to make like another series on the Party Room Film Festival channel that's called like Jacob Learns, and it'll just be like you teaching me how to write and Matt Stice teaching me how to use After Effects and stuff like that.
That'd be actually awesome if everybody gave their own. Oh,
Like a
God,
tutorial.
well, I was thinking like a master class of like
Yeah.
everyone gives their own master class. Like it'd be so funny. Oh, like Aaron could do like animation. Like that'd be freaking amazing. I would totally tune in for some animation.
And Paul is like, yeah, and this is how you make things that are, good.
Yes, yeah. I would honestly love to see Paul give like a talk on like how to like authentically incorporate Christian ideas into media, because like we've all been through Asbury, but like even today I'll come up with like an idea that seems like very like something from The Chosen or something like that, but I just don't know how to make it like authentic and for a broader audience other than Christian audiences.
Speaking of effects, tell me about the knife in the ceiling. I mean, surely that wasn't actually a knife in a ceiling. Tell me
It
about
was
that.
a piece of plastic that I bought from the dollar store, and we put the tip of the knife up into the plastic, and then Josiah held onto the tip on the other side of the plastic, and then he released it, and then we played it in reverse.
Yeah,
Yep.
which speaking of, that was an amazing, I mean, that's probably not the M. Night Shyamalan twist, is it?
No,
Yeah, yeah.
the M. Night Shyamalan twist, I would say, is
Mhm,
probably Judith being on the phone as well,
mhm.
like using the same service to kill Logan's character. So like it's not just one sided; it's two people that Tanner has to juggle between in
Mhm.
order to have them Looney Tunes style fight one another.
I didn't think that was the twist, but, like, I will say I was not expecting that, like, I really was drawn in. He's just given up, I guess Judith's gonna kill Logan now.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then, like, just at the like, whenever he started going up, that's when it, like, clicked in my head, and I was like, "That is, like, well strategized, well choreographed, whatever you wanna call it. It is well set up with a great payoff later."
I would hope that people would say that about the whole movie. Say the whole movie sets it all up and pays it off.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm very happy with how that turned out, and the crew dealt with my nonsense of you're putting a knife in the ceiling.
mhm.
Really, we have to pull this effect off. All right, but I do think that I do think that it was worth it because I think that it like loops the whole movie together in a way.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's similar to, like, Chekhov's gun, just you show that gun, it's gotta get used. You showed
yeah,
that knife, it has to get used. Let's establish Zach Adams' knife, you know?
yeah, I do think that it's funny. Like he goes through all of this trouble, just to use the knife at the end. Like it comes down to it, and nothing that Tanner did or said meant anything, which is the actual point.
Whoa. That actually just
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Here is a question, and I know you probably might not be in the mood to answer it, because you're a director and whatnot.
Hmm.
Who wins in a fight, Judith or Logan?
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I have an idea for a sequel, so I know who wins, but I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, fine. If you don't wanna tell If you don't wanna tell me who would win in a fight there, then
Mhm.
I guess we can just play the first podcast mini game. Who would win in a fight? Wait, do you see that?
Nice.
Do you see
Yeah.
that?
That's it. Who would
Okay.
win in a fight? Zach edition. Mhm.
You asked for it since you wouldn't answer my question. Zach, tell me who would win in a fight? Zach or Tom Cruise?
Listen, Tom Cruise is a perfect human being, and that's a picture of me without my beard. That's like at like 50% power right there. So
Is that where
uh,
the power comes from?
it does. It is where it comes from, and
Uh,
that is a powerless Zach right there. That's like 2014 Zach.
who would
Hmm.
win, Zach or Bowser?
Me, because I can jump. If I got a fire flower, I can throw a fireball, and I'm all about saving them princesses. So suck it, Bowser. Now, if it's Bowser voiced by Jack Black, then there's no way I could win. Um, because that Mario Brothers trailer just looks it's so awful. It's great.
Would you win versus the Burger King?
Listen, Burger King's got nothing, man. That's not even a fair challenge. The Burger King tried to come at me with them Burger King fries. I would and go right over to Yeah, that guy could
What are you doing right now? Oh, I will say this. He was originally a two-dimensional character and just, I guess, through sheer will became three-dimensional. And for that, I'm gonna disagree with you and say that the Burger King can win because, I mean,
You
what
think
type
he
of
can
cosmic
beat me?
power? If he has the cosmic power
He's
to
got a
go from
crown. That's pretty good. I like the crown he's got. I guess he's royalty.
all
You can
right,
order someone to kill me, I guess. His burger legion.
that's also true. We do not know how he became king. Was it Game of
Yeah.
Thrones style and he killed somebody else?
I hope it's Game of Thrones style.
Or did he just inherit the crown? All right, Zach says he wins that one. Argue in the comments down below. All right, Zach versus Blastoise.
There's no way I beat Blastoise. Impossible.
Really? All
There's
right.
no way I beat Blastoise. No, that's a freaking turtle right there with guns. You don't beat none of that.
But so you think you can beat Bowser but not Blastoise?
Yeah. Bowser doesn't have guns.
He
Blastoise will
breathes
just
fire.
shoot me dead. Nah. No.
So I just learned that
you can't beat Blastoise.
Zach can beat a fire type but not a water type is what I just learned.
That you could say that's accurate. You could say that. But Blastoise,
right.
you ain't beating him. That's a good Pokemon right there.
All right, Zach versus Fred Flintstone.
What is this lineup? What did you just randomly choose characters from fandom? Man, I love Fred Flintstone. I wouldn't want to beat him up. He's got his little tie on and his little check your polka dot suit. You know, John Goodman plays him in the Spielberg flick. So,
Oh yeah, that's true. Did Spielberg direct that?
Fairly certain. I might be wrong. I might be just ambling. Hold on.
Oh my god, that
I'm gonna look
changes everything. I don't like Spielberg anymore anyway. That's fine.
No, I mean he did Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so he can kind of suck it.
He ruined Ready Player One. He can suck it.
Oh, that's very true. It was directed by Brian Levitt.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine then. That's Brian Levitt's lane. But who would win in a fight? Keep in mind that he is strong enough that he drives stone cars by foot and he has punched through boulders.
He'd probably beat me. I don't think I could yabba dabba do down a dinosaur like he can, so I think he's got me.
All right, Zach, you versus WWE Hall of Famer Hornswoggle.
There's no way I could beat him. I'd laugh as he comes over and tears me apart.
In fairness, he is the height of Andrew King. He's only 4'5". He weighs 137.
Dude, I don't think I could beat Andrew King either. So there's that aspect.
All right, come on. We can all beat Andrew King. We can all beat Andrew King. Come on.
Listen, man, he's got Braveheart's Claymore. Andrew does. So I don't think I could. I don't have a Claymore that big. So
All right, so you say Hornswoggle wins?
Yeah, I'll go Hornswoggle.
Who would win in a fight, Zach Adam or John F. Kennedy?
I love your little descriptions. Was a Boy Scout in parentheses nerd. Oh, he's only 149 pounds.
That's what the wiki said. He played sports, but it was at Harvard, so also nerd. Probably not hard.
Weakness bullets. I'm pretty sure that JFK didn't he have a disability? Wasn't he?
He was a boxer.
Was a boxer.
He was on the rowing team, I believe.
Okay. Well, he was in World War II, so he by default beats me. Anybody who lived in World War II is harder than me.
Okay.
If you got any more World War II vets on your list, you can go ahead and remove them because they go ahead and beat me.
Well, I have the whole platoon. No, I'm just kidding. You versus a crocodile.
I beat the crocodile. I've seen Crocodile Dundee. There's no way. Have you ever seen Jewel of the Nile? You ever seen that?
No, actually, no.
No. There's that one, and there's Romancing the Stone. He wrestles and stabs an alligator, and then at the end of the film, he rides off into the sunset, and you realize he's wearing crocodile boots, and it's great. That's the exact scene that would happen with me and this alligator. This alligator's going down.
Zach wins. Zach versus Madame Blueberry.
There's no way I'm beating that. Wait, hold on. Wait, Blueberry, just the size of a tomato. Husband died in World War II. It's French. I love the descriptions of the characters. Amazing. I mean, I don't think I could beat up Madame Blueberry because she's so wonderful.
Size of a tomato. Come on. Zach, believe in yourself.
No, I mean, like, I don't
She
think I
has
could beat
no
myself.
or
That's a
legs.
huge blueberry, by the way. Like a
Yeah, it makes
blueberry
no
the size of a
sense.
tomato. Yeah. I mean, maybe that actually sounds really good to take a big old bite of a blueberry that big. So maybe I would win. Like I wouldn't be overcome by her charm. So I guess I'd just eat her. So there you
So,
go.
fun fact, the reason that she is so big is because scaling it down would have been too hard to animate. You might remember there are the French peas,
Yeah.
who they're small, and that's about the size of a blueberry. But since they don't have like, hair, eyelashes, a mole, a hat, like all of that,
Oh man.
they scaled her up, and she is about the size of Bob the Tomato.
Oh my word. Okay.
And her
Huh.
husband was a pilot in World War II.
That's so funny. I love that so much. Is that
Oh,
like in like a fandom somewhere, or is that like mentioned in the episode? Like, I wonder.
she she has like it's canon. Like I know this for a
It's
fact. There are pictures of her fighter pilot husband
oh my word.
like that are in black and white. So like, he died in the
That's so awesome. I don't think I could bring myself to eat a widow. So
Okay, so
um,
Madame Blueberry wins.
yeah, I'll say Madame Blueberry wins it.
You versus Noah from Noah's Ark.
Dude, he's got a legion of animal. He's got God on his side. I would beg to be on that arc.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I'm gonna win. Wait, he's
even
9'4"?
yeah, supposedly people from like after like before the flood were like 10 feet tall. Like I googled
Holy
height and
crap!
weight and they were like, yeah, people from the Bible or like from the flood era were 9'4". It's like, all right, sure, maybe.
Not like some kind of like Neanderthal like calculations or something. Like
Yeah,
so wild. I wish I was a little taller. That'd be nice.
yeah, explain that, atheists. So you think Noah wins that one?
Oh yeah, he's 9 feet tall.
Zach versus Wally.
Wally's going down. There's no way I would lose to Wally. One, he's too nice.
That's true.
So he's not like a destroyable. He's not. He doesn't have any guns. Probably just throw a grenade at this little trash compactor and kaboom, there he is.
Jeez. All right, Zach versus Tarzan.
Tarzan was trained. What was raised by gorillas. And while he's very
Mhm.
athletic, I think I could easily trap his little monkey mind in like a in a trap and just kill him. He's allergic to bullets like everybody else. So are we talking fisticuffs? Do I have to like one on one like go at Tarzan, or
That's
do I
kind of the
get
1v1. You might have like a melee weapon.
a melee weapon? All right. Yeah, I think if I had the element of surprise, I could win. But otherwise, I think that he could easily outmatch me. He could probably just surf on trees around me, surf tree circles around me.
You versus the Stanford tree.
I love this guy. I haven't even seen this guy before. This is cool. Little
Um,
tree fellow.
the mascot for Stanford University.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's neat. I like his angry eyes.
Yeah,
Put some angry eyes on a leaf, and they put a little like fisherman's hat on the top of the tree. It's
yeah.
pretty funny looking. It's great.
There's a lot to be discussed about why this would
Mhm.
be a mascot.
Yeah, yeah. I love how the mascot guy like you can't wear this one. Or is somebody wearing it? I
Yeah,
think
somebody's
in.
wearing it. Oh, okay. The
Oh.
guy behind him is just carrying a flag. Yeah, no, somebody's wearing that.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Very creative. Well, but I chop down trees like it's nobody's business, and I'm a woodsman, so like no tree can beat me. So stand for a tree, you can suck it.
Zach versus Michael Bay.
Oh man, friends with Optimus Prime. I think I could take Michael Bay. I think he'd try to throw some money at me, and then I'd just punch him right in the face. I'd probably just rig him to his own explosives, and that would be that. I'd rid the world of a menace, a movie making menace.
Whoa! Gyllenhaal and Michael Bay
That it's a
blacklisted from the festival.
listen. I really like Jake Gyllenhaal. He made one crappy movie and crossed me. So there you go.
All right. And last one, Zach, you versus Kermit the Frog.
There's no way you beat Kermit the Frog. Have you seen him on the Muppet Show? He comes out and he's like, "It's the Muppet Show!" Yeah, I love Kermit the Frog.
He does
Um,
defeat Tim Curry with a sword in Muppet Treasure Island.
he does. Oh, I love how he swings the sword in that. He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's really
He
good
is
stuff.
67 years old, though.
Wow, wow. He's only 2 feet tall. I just don't think I could catch him. He's like Yoda. He'd jump around and slash me with his little frog flippers.
So
So,
you, so who wins?
Kermit wins.
Man, we got to work on your you believing in yourself.
I believed in myself when making my movie this year, and I think it turned out pretty good. So,
It did. Let's talk a little bit about other people's films. What boxes need to be checked in order to earn your vote? You know, zombies, amount of blood, use the line or prop well.
well, if you don't submit it on time, then that's an automatic. You earn my vote. That's one thing. So make sure you submit it as late as possible. And the angrier Andrew is about it, that just gives me more incentive to vote for it. So there is that. Um, I think also just the more creative that your film can be, like just think outside of the box, and like I think that if your film is so here's what I like. Here's
Mm,
what I like. Like take voting kind of out of it. What would I like to see? And like if I get this, I will vote. I will vote for you. So like for me, what I wanted to accomplish this year was I wanted to make something that was better than last year's film, and I wanted to make something that Zach would make. There's something that I would make. You know, I don't. I feel like I raised the bar this year, but like I don't expect everyone to make a Kill Happy. I don't want them to make Kill Happy too. You know,
mm.
I want to keep making the stuff that I make, and I really love the variety that we have. I love the humor people bring to the ideas that they bring to the festival. Like I was saying, like even your film being like a smaller thing, it was so creative. I think it was just different. And I love that. I don't want you to make a Zach Adam film. I love the McGlone films.
I
I think they're
couldn't make a
perfect.
Zach Adam film.
Yeah, well, I don't think I can make a McGlone film. I don't possess that amount of creativity. What I think I like is when people, and everybody did it this year. Everybody absolutely did it, and I want them to keep doing it. Is like I want them to take what they had in a previous year, want to evaluate how people did their films and like what really works in your 8 minute time slot that you have, and just try to go the extra mile. Just try to come up with an inventive idea that's fun and just top yourself. If you do that, you will have done something amazing in my eyes, and I
Mm,
will vote for you.
I like that. I like that. Encouraging others to just work on yourselves. Don't worry about competition. Just put something out that you love. You actually brought up films being late. Close your eyes for me.
All right, the
Imagine
close.
All right, imagine we're in like a police investigative room, and I just
I'm in
like
it.
like there's like the hanging light. All right, I just
Ooh.
shined it at you. So, what do you have to say about being 8 days late? What justifies that tardiness?
Perfection. The pursuit of perfection.
But in all honesty, was that just like, did you have pickup shots? Was there certain, like, you didn't have time to edit, anything like that?
I just didn't have time to edit necessarily.
Mhm,
I'm kind of in the Mitchell Judy boat where like we both got like news position jobs around the same time. Me and
mhm,
Mitchell. Like it's funny, we were both in real estate, photography, and videos, and then we moved to news station jobs like simultaneously. And I
mhm,
mean, he was also getting married and still made a film.
mhm.
So like I don't really have a place to talk because I was not getting married. So like kudos to Mitchell. Absolutely. And his film was excellent. I loved it. Very funny. And Holly was great in it. Yeah, I think that I just got busy and I was like,
Mhm.
well, she's gonna be late and that's gonna be okay. Because I'd rather it be good.
I remember you texted me because I texted you. I was like, "This isn't. You're not usually late. Come on, what's happening, bud?" And you were like, "I made the perfect 9-minute film," and you were like
Yeah,
struggling.
yeah, there's some stuff in there that's kind of like a little jumpy and like not my favorite for the 8 minute cut. I think it does the job and I think it gets the idea across and I'm very happy with it.
And
And
we
I'm
will have
ex-
a director's cut where we can see your true
yeah,
vision realized.
yeah, yeah. And everyone will probably watch the director's cut and be like, "What the heck, Zach? There was nothing good about that. You should have like just kept it as the original 8 minute cut." And I'll be like, "All right, great."
Just, I'll accept that. Okay. A lot of times we talk about our actors and what a great job they did. Who do you want to act for? Is there a film that you want to be in specifically?
Your film.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want to be in
And
in a McGlone film.
all
Absolutely.
right. And then, like, it's kind of a two-parter question. What character do you want to play?
I want to play Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. There you go. There's your film.
All right.
Me
I'll work
playing
on
Kurt
that.
Russell's Snake
Uh,
Plissken. Matt Stice has always talked about making an escape from Asbury or escape from
mhm,
Millmore, starring me as Kurt Russell's Snake
mhm.
Plissken. Um,
Well, I don't want to step
all
on
of it.
his toes. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. I just always thought it was a great idea, so we should do it.
It's an amazing idea. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm honored. Thank you for wanting to be in my film. It's an
Absolutely.
interesting choice for sure. Last year on the podcast, I started all of these rivalries as a joke and everything. This year, I'm curious if you could have a tag team partner, who would you choose?
Well, I love that idea. I really loved working with probably Andrew. I would love to go up to DC and like make a film up there with Andrew. I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the locations and everything, but I mean, it seems like you've got location shot down pretty well after
Hmm.
Kill Happy and Wet, if we're being honest, and Red Band trailer. What are you talking about? You've got enough location. You're good.
Yeah.
But I do think you and Andrew King would be a force to be reckoned with,
Yeah.
especially because y'all have worked together before
Yep.
and y'all do complement each other very well.
Honestly, I would love to like work with everyone in the
Hmm.
festival. It's just like I know that not everybody can make the treks and everything. So like
Hmm.
I would love it if I could like get up there to DC. Andrew doesn't have to make a film just by himself again. So
Hmm.
like I could be one of those the one of those cloaked cultists.
The
That's what I aspire to be in one of his films.
the Filmovades.
Yeah, yeah. It was great to like be in his movie from afar.
If time or budget wasn't an issue, like if we could have given you another month, and if you had like a grand in the budget, what would be different
Mhm.
about your film? Anything change?
It'd be longer. I'd bribe Andrew to make it longer. um,
You know what?
now,
Mitchell and Cody, they keep wanting the 10-minute film. They haven't tried bribery yet, so maybe they should try that.
no, I really love my film, and I think it's great. I think that I mean, there's this place where like when you're filming with like phones and stuff, and I for this film, I kind of did go all out. I drove up to Tanner up in North Ohio, and I just kind of said, "Screw it, I'm gonna do everything I want to do." And
Mhm,
took extra time on editing. Even I
mhm,
did it the Zach way, which isn't always the best way. I think
mhm.
um, with a lot of the decision making, I try to pit those ideas around to like crew, and like Charity helped me a lot with like some of like this decision making with like some character and stuff, and that was really helpful.
Like, you're proud of what you made, you just wish it could have been a little bit longer.
Yeah. I think what I made is really fun. So if I could do anything, if I had $1 billion,
Mhm,
if I had a couple million, maybe I would make a feature. Because
mm,
I think that this idea is like a nice little proof of concept, like something like Saw or like Paranormal Activity, where it's like this little no budget film. Spend the money on marketing and like a good camera and stuff like that. But like you don't need like even like name actors or anything. Just get like make a film, pitch it to Netflix.
mhm.
Just have a solid pilot. Make a 10 episode kill happy. That's what I'd like to do.
I would watch the crap out of that show. Like, let's say this got greenlit. Who would you have as the actors for this? I mean, I don't personally wouldn't replace Tanner.
Are we talking like famous people? Like if
Yeah.
I could, well, Logan is just discount Ryan Reynolds, so we'd have Ryan Reynolds, and then I would get like Meryl Streep to play the grandmother. So there you go,
I mean, I think Logan
and
could be played
Tanner.
well by Jake. Yeah, and Tanner. And Tanner still wins the awards for the film.
He gets Best Actor at the Oscars.
I think Logan, like not Ryan Reynolds, but I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be good. But since
Yeah,
you already
I would
you burned
love.
that bridge, it's too late. Sorry.
I think that Jake Gyllenhaal will see the error of his awful film and be like, "Oh wait, that was a good idea," and come running to fix his folly. So yeah, I think there's hope. I think there's hope yet for old Jake.
Future Jacob, remember to make this edit right here. This question needs to go in front of the last question. Hey Zach.
Yes, sir.
So obviously, you did amazing this year, did amazing last year, did amazing the year before that. Very consistent, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I know that some people like Andrew will probably find. Why am I doing that? Don't do that. Um,
just fighting every instance to crap on Andrew.
I
Just like,
really
where is
am.
he? Where is he? I gotta crap on him. It's gonna be the best.
All right. Hey Zach.
Yeah, yes, McGlow. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, I do, and it's the first time I'm asking it.
That's excellent. I would love this question that I haven't been asked before.
Um,
Uh,
you're a very consistent director. You've done great all 3 years, but if you could put them in a tier list for me, year one, year two, year three.
I think I get better every year to keep that trend up. So I think Kill Happy is by far the best, by far considering it's an actual story,
Mhm.
and I think Wet is really fun, and I loved being able to do with that, and then Red Band Trailer is definitely my least favorite. Though it is personally fun to me because it's like reminiscent of all my zombie flicks from when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep getting better and better every year.
Yep.
And truth
That's
be
what I
told,
hope for
think
everybody. So
I think that is everybody but me. Um,
I disagree, man. I mean, Meaningless was like perfect, so it's hard to like go somewhere from there. I think.
my
Um,
films, my film career is a bell curve because it's like low and then it's
yeah, yeah. I guess. Do you have any ideas? Here, do you have anything in the hopper?
I genuinely don't. So we'll
Because I really want to see more from the McGloney verse.
all right. Well, that is, I mean, basically all of my like questions. Are there any Easter eggs or fun facts or stories from behind the scenes? Anything we haven't covered that you want to add in right now?
I do want to thank the crew. I want to thank Charity and Sam for their work, and I want to thank Josiah and Matt for coming through for me. and being my crew. It was nice to have a crew this time. Didn't have a crew the last two shoots. We just kind of like went for it. That really helps with like audio and the lighting for sure, especially for a bigger project like this. I want to thank Tanner for letting me steal his church for an afternoon, and for letting me come up and watching Planet of the Apes with me. That was fun. Yeah. I think we've touched on a lot of this stuff for all Kill Happy. It was really awesome to see how much everyone liked it at the film festival. I really appreciate everything like people said, and people asked like questions about it, and this film really is. I think it's a neat little original idea. I think it's kind of fun, to be honest. And so to have everybody's support means the world. So I really want to thank everybody.
It was definitely well received and well loved. Oh, Jacob, remember to edit that last question and make it the penultimate question. This has been the PRFFP, and I'm just hanging out.
Hanging out with my family.